Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and for 1 year I am buying nothing new. So I've been inspired to do this challenge for actually a couple years. However, I found myself kind of putting it off and telling myself that I'll start it after I buy this, or I'll be ready to do this challenge after I have this, because then I'll have everything that I need in order to do this challenge. And I found that kind of being contradicting to the whole point of this challenge. So on Thanksgiving of 2017, I decided to start this challenge and buy nothing new for the next 12 months. So it's already been 1 month in, but I know New Year's resolutions are coming up and some people are really into that, some people are not. Or if you're just interested in making some kind of change, even for just 1 month in your life, I hope that this inspires you. So what inspired me to do this challenge is I've seen some people do this on the internet, one of them being Rob Greenfield, where he actually didn't buy anything new for a year because he dumpster dives and he just lives a really cool lifestyle that I don't live. And then another person, I saw an article, she lives in the UK and she did a challenge where she didn't buy anything for a year, she saved thousands of dollars, and it's just a very interesting read, and I'll link those two people down below so you can read a little more about them. So I kind of adapted those ideas to suit my lifestyle and what I think I'll find the most benefit from out of this challenge, and I'll just kind of go through the guidelines that I have set for myself for the year. And let's keep in mind that these things are probably going to change, or I might have to come up with new rules, just because I don't know what kind of situations I'm going to find myself in for the next year. But I am planning on doing a series of this and updating you guys every 3 months about my experience for buying nothing new for a year. And hopefully you guys can follow along and maybe even share your ideas and your experiences. So guideline number 1, consumables and things that are considered essential for my daily living are allowed for purchase. So obviously I have to pay my rent, I have to pay my bills, I have to pay for gas because I drive to work, and I have to eat, so I have to buy groceries. So things like that are considered essential, as well as toiletries. So things like shampoo, toilet paper, I'm still going to be buying those things, and those are considered essentials. However, I will be budgeting these strictly every month so that I can stay on track, because I do hope to save some money at the end of this challenge. So the second thing that I can buy are experiences and social activities, so going out to eat with friends and traveling. So I will be budgeting those things out every month, and kind of the whole reason why I'm doing this challenge and the whole idea of adopting a minimalist lifestyle is so that you can focus more on the experiences as opposed to the material things. So third things, I can borrow or rent items that I find that I need. So let's just say I needed to borrow some camping equipment. I could either rent that from the store, or maybe if I have a friend that is willing to lend it to me for the weekend, I can do that too. However, I am not allowed to mooch, so I'm not going to be, taking other people's things. That's not cool, regardless if you're doing the challenge or not. And I'm not going to be allowing other people to buy me things. That's something that someone had asked me, or I get a lot of questions about. So people can't buy me things, and that kind of relays into my next thing, is that I will not be accepting or giving material gifts, because I don't want to be giving into the consumerism. And the holidays just passed, and just the whole idea of that just kind of disgusts me to an extent, and we can have another rant video about that later. But no giving or receiving gifts, but I will be giving time for people, and I can buy them a nice meal, I can buy them a bottle of wine, and we can share it and have a nice time together, because that's what the holidays are really about. So another question that I get asked often is, am I allowed to buy used items or secondhand items? And that is going to be a no. That's considered something new to me, and I'm one of those people that shop at thrift stores anyways, and most of my clothes are secondhand. And I think a part of the reason why I'm doing this as well is, even though my shopping habits have changed drastically over the past 3 years since when I first started adopting a more minimalist lifestyle. However, I've been shopping more secondhand and at thrift stores, and I sometimes still find myself wanting to buy those impulse purchases, especially since I'm kind of justifying in my head that it's secondhand and that it is actually really cheap and that I probably will not see it the next day. And so those kind of, even I'm not buying new impulse items, I'm buying secondhand impulse items, and I still haven't really gotten over the impulse purchase habit. I have a little bit, but it's still there, and that's kind of part of the reason why I started to do this challenge. Okay, so coming down to the last couple bits, things that are broken, I will try to fix first. Or I'll try to replace it secondhand before I buy it new. So for example, pretty much like less than a week after I started this challenge, my car battery died and I had to go replace it and buy a new one. And that was kind of a bummer, and it was kind of expensive, but that's kind of what falls into the category of essential things, and then replacing things are allowed. However, I did get a question about, for example, so I don't wear jeans, but let's say that, you have 3 pairs of jeans and then one of them is completely worn out, there's holes in them, and they're just like not appropriate to wear anymore. Would you be allowed to replace that pair of jeans? And it's all up to you how you want to do this challenge, but for me, my viewpoint would be, well, I still have those other 2 pairs of jeans that I can wear, so I don't need to replace the third. I'll wear the other 2 until those need to get replaced, and then I'll replace them secondhand. So that's just kind of an example. So those are kind of my guidelines that I've set for myself, and undoubtedly those things may change, or I might have to add new ones, just because I really can't predict what's going to happen in the next year. But it's been 1 month and it's been good so far, and I am hoping to create a little series of 3-month updates throughout the year of my experience with this challenge, and I hope this inspires you to do a challenge similar. And I just want to put this message out there that you don't have to go for a year, you don't have to have guidelines as restrictive as mine, or you can have them be more restrictive for you. I just hope that this gives you a good idea. It kind of opens your eyes up to consumerism, and maybe you can tackle one area of your life that you find is, really bothering you. You don't have to go for a year, but if you want, maybe try 1 month without buying any new clothes. Or try, if you find that you're one of those people that buy something in the impulse line every time you go to the grocery store or go shopping, try to go 1 week or 1 month or 3 months without buying anything from that impulse line. And I found that after starting this challenge, it became very easy to not buy new things because I kind of set that rule for myself, as opposed to before it was more just like, oh, I shouldn't buy it. And then it was just full of excuses. I'm feeling really optimistic about this challenge so far, and I hope that this will inspire you to do something similar, or at least just become more aware of your habits and where your money is going. And the light is fading, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're interested in reading a little bit more about this, I will link below my blog post that goes into a little bit more detail. And otherwise, thanks again so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!